Master Guide, SAPSD, Pricing the Access Sequence. 1. Executive Summary and Context. In the realm of SAP Sales and Distribution, SD, the condition technique is the engine that drives pricing, output determination, batch determination, and more. At the heart of this engine lies the access sequence. If the pricing procedure is the skeleton that dictates what types of prices are calculated, and the condition type is the organ defining the business characteristics, discount, surcharge, base price, then the access sequence is the search strategy. It is the intelligence that tells the system where to look for a specific price and in what order of priority. Objective: to find a valid condition record, a specific price or discount value, based on the data present in the sales order or billing document. 2. The architectural logic. The access sequence is assigned directly to a condition type. Example: PR00. When the pricing engine processes a condition type, it checks if an access sequence is assigned. If yes, it triggers the search strategy defined within that sequence. The specific to general rule. The golden rule of access sequence design is specific to general. Most specific: a price for customer A buying material X on date Y. Most general: a base price for material X valid for all customers. The system must check the specific criteria first. If it finds a special price for customer A, it should generally stop looking. If it checked the general price first, it might apply a generic price and ignore the special negotiated rate. 3. Anatomy of an access sequence, transaction V or 07. When you configure an access sequence, you are building a list of accesses. Each access represents a specific search attempt. Let's dissect the columns and controls available in the configuration screen. 3. 1. The access number. This determines the sequence in which the system reads the records. Best practice: use intervals of 10, example, 10, 20, 30. This allows you to insert new accesses later without deleting and recreating the entire sequence. Logic: the system processes access 10. If it fails, it moves to access 20, and so on. 3. 2. The table. Tab. This links the access to a condition table. A condition table represents a specific combination of key fields. Example: Table 005 equals customer or material. Table 304 equals material or currency. Consultant tip: you cannot define the fields here. You simply select a predefined table. If the combination you need doesn't exist, you must first create a new condition table, transaction V or 03. 3. The requirement. This is a powerful optimization tool. It allows you to assign a VOFM, volume, or formula, routine, a small snippet of ABAP code that acts as a gatekeeper. Function: the system checks the requirement before it even looks at the database table. If the requirement is not met, the system skips this access entirely. Why use it? Performance: accessing the database is expensive in terms of system resources. If you know a search will fail, example, the document is in USD, but the table is for EUR. A requirement can prevent the unnecessary database read. Common standard requirements: 002, item with pricing. Ensures the item is relevant for pricing. 003, foreign currency. Only access this table if the document currency is foreign. 3. 4. The exclusive indicator, exclusive. This checkbox is the most critical control for determining the stop logic. Checked. Standard behavior. If the system finds a valid condition record in this access, it stops searching. It ignores all subsequent accesses. This supports the specific to general hierarchy. Unchecked. Cumulative or additive behavior. If the system finds a record, it applies it, but continues to the next access. Use case: surcharges or discounts where multiple criteria might apply simultaneously. Example: a summer sale discount and a loyalty discount. Greater than expert insight. If you uncheck exclusive for multiple accesses, and the system finds records in multiple tables, the system will potentially copy the price or value from the last found record, or add them up depending on the condition type configuration. Condition class B versus others. For standard prices, PR00. This should almost always be checked. 4. Field mapping, the brain of the access. Once you define the table, example, customer or material, the system needs to know Where do I find the customer number and material number in the current sales order? This is field determination or mapping. You access this by selecting an access and clicking Fields in the left-hand dialog structure. 4. 1. Source Fields, Document Structure. The system maps the condition key from the table to a document field from the sales order. KOMK, Communication Header, contains header data like sales org, dist. Channel, division, customer, sold to, payer. Document date. KOMP, Communication Item, contains item data like material, plant, quantity, item category. 4. 2. Direct versus indirect mapping. Automatic mapping. If the field names in the condition table match the field names in the KOMK or KOMP structures, example, KUNNR for customer, SAP maps them automatically. Manual mapping. Occasionally, you may need to map a field to a non-standard source. You can manually change the doc field here. 4. 3. Constants and initial values. Specific val. Constant. You can hard-code a value. For example, if you access a table keyed by release status, you can pass a constant A, so this access only looks for records with status A. Init. Initial value allowed. By default, if a field in the document is blank, example, customer group is empty, the system skips the access. If you check init, the system will search the condition table using a blank or null value as a valid key. 5. Technical configuration and data flow. To truly master the access sequence, one must understand the data structures operating in the background during runtime. The pricing structures, KOMK and KOMP. When you create a sales order, VA01, the system fills two internal structures. 1. KOMK, Pricing Communication Header, global data applicable to the whole deal. 2. KOMP, Pricing Communication Item, specific data for the line item. The flow. 1. VA01 triggers pricing. 2. Data moves from database tables, VBAK or VBAP, KOMK or KOMP. 3. Pricing engine reads access sequence. 4. Engine looks at access 10, table 005, customer or material. 5. Engine asks, what is the value of KUNNR in KOMK? What is the value of MATNR in KOMP? 6. Engine queries database table, A005. The A prefix denotes a condition table. 7. Result, record found, stop. OR, record not found, next access. 6. Strategic design and performance optimization. A poorly designed access sequence can slow down sales order processing significantly, especially in high-volume environments. Example, retail. 6. 1. Minimizing database hits. Every time the system reads an access, it hits the database. Bad design, 50 accesses, most general first, exclusive unchecked. Good design, 5 to 10 accesses, most specific first, exclusive checked. 6. 2. Using the preliminary step, prelim step. In newer SAP releases and S or 4 HANA, there is a preliminary step check. This allows the system to check if a condition record exists for the complex key combination without fully retrieving the data, optimizing cache usage. 6. 3. Avoiding redundant keys. Do not create two accesses that essentially look for the same thing. Example, access 10, customer or material. Access 20, ship to or material. If the ship to and customer are usually the same, this is redundant. Use partner functions in the pricing logic or requirements to handle this intelligently. 7. Troubleshooting, the analysis tool. The analysis button in the Conditions tab of the sales order is the consultant's best friend. It provides a log of the access sequence execution. How to read the analysis log. 1. Green light, condition record found and applied. 2. Yellow light, condition record found but ignored, perhaps a better price was found later, or manual entry took precedence. 3. Red light, no condition record found. Clicking into the red light details, the log will tell you why it failed. Common reasons: condition record is missing. The most common: no data maintained in VK11. Requirement 002 not fulfilled. The ABAP routine blocked the access. Access not made. Initialized field. A key field in the document, example, price group, was blank, so the system didn't bother looking in the table. Field and header or item not visible. The field exists in the table, but the communication structure, KOMK or KOMP, was not populated properly via user exits. USEREXITPRI, CING, PREPARETKOMK. 8. Expert scenarios and edge cases. 8. 1. Header conditions. Header conditions, example, HA00, header discount, usually do not have an access sequence. They are entered manually. If you assign an access sequence to a header condition, it behaves like an item condition distributed to all items, which can be complex and is generally not standard practice for pure header conditions. 8. 2. Intercompany pricing, IBRA or IBRC. Access sequences here often rely on the ordering plant rather than the customer. You will see specific tables, example, sales org or plant, used in intercompany billing. 8. 3. Hierarchy accesses. This is a specialized use of the access sequence, where the system looks up a customer hierarchy. Access 10, customer. Access 20, level 1 hierarchy node. Access 30, level 2 hierarchy node. This allows a price defined for a regional office to cascade down to all individual branches automatically. 8. 4. Cross-client configuration. Workbench versus customizing. Access sequences, T682. Stored in customizing requests. Condition tables, T681. Creating a table generates a workbench request because it creates a physical database table A. Risk: if you transport an access sequence that points to table 901, but you forget to transport the workbench request for table 901, the target system will dump or fail because the table structure doesn't exist. Always transport the table before the access sequence. 9. Step-by-step configuration summary. 1. Determine requirements. What criteria drive pricing? Example, customer, material group, campaign. 2. Check standard tables. Look at tables 001-500 in V or 05. Do they cover the keys? 3. Create custom tables, V or 03. If needed, create tables 900 to 999. 4. Create access sequence, V or 07. Create new ID, example, ZPR0. Add accesses, 10, 20, 30. Assign tables to accesses. Check exclusive for prices, decide for discounts. Generate the fields. Select access, fields, enter 5. Assign to condition type, VR06. Link ZPR0 to your condition type, example, ZP01. 6. Update pricing procedure, V or 08. Ensure ZP01 is in the procedure. 7. Maintain data, VK11. Create records for the tables. 8. Test, VA01. Create an order and check the analysis. 10. Conclusion. The access sequence is the router of the pricing world. A robust understanding of its mechanics, specifically the interplay between KOMK or KOM structures, the exclusive indicator and requirements, distinguishes a data entry clerk from a solution architect. When designing access sequences, prioritize simplicity, performance, and maintainability. Always ask, can I achieve this with existing standard tables? Before creating custom table 999.